Hello, thank you for watching the Queen's Tarot. Capricorn, this reading is for you. And for you, I was inspired to do something a little bit different. So I'm actually going to take the card from the bottom of the deck first. And for you guys, I feel like a lot of you are facing a battle that you feel like is a losing battle here with the Seven of Wands. A lot of you feel like you are working uphill. Some of you are in a dead end job, or feel like you are dealing with a manager that is giving you endless amounts of work, and that isn't really giving you a reward for it. You might see other people actually get rewarded for doing less, and you're always stuck with piles and piles of work to do, Capricorn. And for you, this is for the month of December. So this is your month of December reading. And for you guys, I do feel like you do feel that you are not feeling the celebration. You're not feeling the holiday cheer. You're feeling like this is in the middle of the year for you. You feel like you're stuck with just work on work on work. And you're not necessarily feeling a sense of overwhelm. For you guys, it's actually hard for you to get overwhelmed because you do enjoy a challenge, but you are feeling that this is not what you want. This isn't where the way that you want your life to feel. You are all about hard work with an appropriate reward at the end for what you've done, because you guys always work with an end goal in mind. And right now, you are not seeing that end goal come to fruition. So let's pull some extra cards for you guys to see what else is going on. So for you guys, we do have the Star reversed. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Ten of Wands reversed. And for a lot of you, you feel like you were spinning your wheels endlessly and that it's not getting to your destination. You're not getting to that end goal that you want to see happen, whether that's a promotion. A lot of you felt that you were going to be doing this work so that eventually you would get a promotion. Eventually your boss would notice, or you already know that your boss notices that you work hard. And that's why you're given so much as far as tasks, responsibilities at work. But you also were hoping that this promotion, that this offer of some kind would come through for you, especially in the way of a career. Some of you might be in a relationship where this person is constantly asking for money. They're constantly asking for you to do things for them. And you are hoping that this person would ask for a relationship, that they would offer to be your girlfriend or boyfriend for some of you, and that this would lead to a solid and secure relationship. And I feel that whether you're in a situation where you're in a relationship and this is occurring, or whether this is happening at your job, what you were hoping to see from this was some increase in your own security. You were looking for either security in your relationship or security at work. Perhaps for many of you, both. And you just don't see that happening. For a lot of you, in relationships, this person might just be using you for your resourcefulness. They might be a lazy person. They might be someone who just doesn't work a lot, someone who isn't a hard worker. And so they're relying on you for that. Others of you might be dealing with someone who's simply taking advantage of you. You might be dealing with a Leo. You might be dealing with a Gemini, maybe a Sagittarius, maybe a Scorpio. And some of you might also be dealing with an Aquarius with the star card here. But you are trying to fight this temptation, Capricorn, to be overwhelmed with this Ten of Wands upside down. You are constantly trying to control your thoughts, control your focus, and stop you from feeling overwhelmed. Stop yourself from feeling like this is too much for you to bear, because you don't want to fall into depression, you don't want to fall into a negative thinking cycle, and then end up self-sabotaging, because that's what a lot of y'all do when you get into a negative cycle. So just going to pull some extra cards for you and find out what's going on. So for a lot of you, you know what you need to do in this situation. What you don't want to do is to end up having this become a situation that ends up being Eight of Swords, very burdensome for you, where you feel bound by these unnecessary responsibilities. Because let's face it, if your boss isn't going to offer you a promotion, then there's no need for you to be taking on more work than other people. If you're not getting paid more, there's no need for you to be doing extra work than other people. And you don't want this to turn into a toxic situation. And you're well aware that this imbalance in your life, with you taking on more than your fair share, could end in you being in a very toxic and imbalanced situation with the other parties at hand. And in fact, it may have already reached that point where it's already a toxic situation. You already feel that you're being taken advantage of. So the solution to this is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is represent air signs. You might need to get advice from an Aquarius or a Libra that's very good at speaking their piece, speaking their mind, and speaking up for themselves. And get advice on exactly how to phrase your boundaries, how to speak up in a way that's heard and effective. If you're not planning on walking away from this job, then this is a time to tell your supervisor, your boss, that you would like for the workload to be spread around instead of always taking on that major workload. In addition to that, you might need to ask for that raise. You might need to ask for that promotion, and you might be surprised by your boss's response, either negative or positive. And if the response is a no, if they're not planning on handing you a promotion in the near future, then it might be time to look elsewhere and apply for other jobs, Kat, because there's no reason for you to be taking on all of this responsibility if there is no reward in mind for you, if there is no appropriate reward for everything that you do, because you do so much. And also, for those of you in relationships, this may be the time for you to ask that person, what it is that they want, and make it clear what it is that you want with them, and to set those boundaries in that relationship, because it's no point in you giving if this person isn't serious about you, if they're not also reciprocating that. And you might be surprised what their reaction is. Some of you might be dealing with a Pisces. Some of you may be dealing with a Cancer. If their response is that they don't want to give back to you, that they're not really looking for anything serious, then it's time for you to pull back. It's time for you to use that energy and take good care of yourself, to take care of you, and to put all of that energy into building yourself back up after sacrificing so much for this individual. So let's pull some more cards and see exactly what this other person, this other party is doing, and what their deal is here. So here we have the Knight of Cups reversed and the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords. And what this is really stating is that this person cannot handle their own load. The reason why this person is overloading you this way is because they tend to get easily overwhelmed, and they don't know how to deal with their own issues. They don't know how to deal with their own emotions. They don't know how to deal with what is taking place at their own place of work. They may be the manager, and they get easily overwhelmed, and so it's just so much easier to pass these responsibilities off to a sturdy, stable earth sign who knows how to think things out, who knows how to plan accordingly, and who knows how to prioritize. And they may or not be thinking about rewarding you for this. They may just be using you to alleviate their own burdens, which is reflected again by this 10 of Wands here. So that's the deal with them. And they may just be thinking about a reward for themselves. They may not even have the financial resources to give you a raise. They may not have the financial resources to give you a the promotion or the increase in salary that you're looking for. For others of you, this Nine of Pentacles may signify that they may have a little money stashed aside, um, and it might be for a promotion for you, or they might be planning on keeping these finances to themselves, but it's a choice. So when they tell you no, if they tell you no to the raise, if they tell you no to a promotion, just know that they're choosing not to make that sacrifice, that they're choosing not to reward you for the work that you've done. Don't believe any sob stories, because they do have the ability, even if it would cost them a little bit, they have the ability to do it, but they're just choosing to have you sacrifice instead of them sacrificing themselves. In addition to that, for those of you who are in a dating or romantic relationship, this could also be a best friend, a platonic relationship, that you're just giving a lot to, and that person isn't really supporting you the same way. And in that instance, this person may want stability, they may want commitment, but they may not want that with you if this is a dating relationship. If this is a friendship, they may have those resources. Even if it's not a lot, they have a little bit, some money they've saved up, time that they could spend with you, ways that they could feed back into your life, but they might choose not to. So just know, Capricorn, that if you get a no from this person, when you speak your mind, when you speak your truth about what you want and need, if they tell you no, then it is because they're choosing to tell you no. It's not because they don't have it. It's not because, like, don't feel sorry for them, because it's not that they don't have it in them to give back. It's that they're choosing not to, because they feel that they can just take advantage of the situation. So because of that, when that happens, it's time for you to make a decision. It's time for you to be fair. Here, shown by the scales in the Six of Pentacles, it's time for you to delegate appropriately. Take your time, and put that in the appropriate places where it belongs as far as dealing with people. If they're not giving as much to you as you are to them, then it's time to pull back. It's time to go to a place of work where they do appreciate you. It's time to find friends that do appreciate you appropriately. It's time to date other people and pull back from that person who's using you, who's asking, and not giving anything back. And it's time to find somebody who will do that for you. So let's find out about some other things going on in your life. Capricorn, you really have actually manifested this job or this person in your life. In other areas of your life, you are feeling very balanced. You're feeling very happy with yourself, with the progress that you're making in your life. And a lot of you have successfully manifested this in your present experience in your life. You've manifested the experiences, the positive experiences that you're going through with having steady work, with having a lively dating life. Some of you may have gone through a breakup a few months back, and you're finally bouncing back from that and getting into the dating scene. So don't be discouraged if this hasn't yielded what you wanted. There's something better coming along the way, and this was just a lesson that's going to get you to that place where you'll be happy, where you'll be fulfilled. So I'm just going to pull a few other cards for you guys also. So here we have the Page of Wands. There is the Five of Swords and the Judgment card. And this is just to let you know that this present experience that you're going through was just to prepare you for what is to come, to prepare you for what it is that will happen in your future, so that you can know, yes, when it comes in, this is what I want. This is what I really wanted, not that, but this healthy, positive experience at work, this healthy, positive relationship. So the Page of Wands is just here showing that this experience was to show you what you don't want. Wands just showing your desires at this point with this spread. And then for the Five of Swords here, just showing that these people who weren't very honorable in your life, that aren't keeping their word, or that were taking advantage of you, was just to show you how to set those boundaries, was to show you what you don't want, red flags in a person or in a boss, in an environment where you work, in relationships or friendships, and how to use your judgment appropriately, how to really be able to distinguish between those people that should be in your life and those people that shouldn't be there at all. So So Capricorn, it's actually looking really good for you. This is just a little lesson along the way to make you stronger. And you guys are already very strong and sturdy. So this lesson is just something to make you even better. So this is some things for you to watch out for, Cap, as you are going along in this month of December, right before your season in January, Capricorn season coming up. So some things for you guys to look out for. Here we have the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the King of Cups. And what you guys really need to watch out for is being down in the dumps, being depressed, being upset because of this negativity that's been in your life, because of these people that you can't necessarily trust, and thinking wrong thoughts that are going to put you in a bad emotional state. In order to manifest the things that you guys are going to want for your season coming up, you need to keep yourself in a positive state of mind and continue to think good thoughts, no matter how hard it might be, no matter how tempting it might be to think negatively. You really need to focus on the positive this season and keep yourself in a positive state of mind. Get yourself around family members that you love and that you care about, that you're happy when you're with. Get yourself around that best friend, those one or two friends that you can really trust and talk about things other than work. Talk about things that put you in a state where you're encouraged and you're looking forward to your future. Talk about your plans, vacations that you want to take next year, and things of that nature. And play music, take bubble baths, or do something to pamper yourself, to take care of yourself, to make yourself feel a little spoiled, to make yourself feel taken care of, so that you can keep yourself in a positive, not only a positive state of mind. If you have a depressed state of mind right now, turn that negativity around, turn that state of mind around, start listening to positive affirmations, but to also keep your emotional state positive. You really need to use the holidays this year to put yourself in that Merry Christmas mood, to put yourself in a state of being that's going to reflect the state of being that you want to stay in that positivity. You also want to make sure that you're paying attention to who might be stabbing you in the back this season, coworkers that might be jealous of your workload, that might be jealous of the fact that this responsibility is going to you and not them, that might be jealous of the attention that you're getting from your boss, and that might be trying to bring you further down, to bring you into that negative cycle of thinking by talking badly about you, especially with this representing communication right here. You just being talked bad about by people that bringing you down. We all know you guys care about your reputation, and what you don't want to do is put too much thought and too much of your caring, of your thoughts into people that really don't even have a good opinion as far as you're concerned. They don't have a good reputation with you. They don't have anything about them that would justify you caring about what they think. People that really aren't doing anything good for themselves and that aren't great people to begin with, especially people that don't have a good reputation. Why would you care what they think of you? Why would you invest into people who are basically losers or who aren't, on their aligned path in life, people that aren't doing anything good for themselves? Like, why would you invest or care even what they think about you? Their opinion is not worth you caring about, and they're really not important enough for you to care about. So you want to make sure that you're not investing in what they think, that you're not investing in what they feel about you or what they're claiming that they feel about you. Because a lot of it is just rooted in jealousy, Cap. And there are more people around that are jealous of you than you think because of your stability, because of the fact that that's something that not everyone can do or has achieved for themselves. And so you want to just watch your back and make sure that you're not trusting people. Especially do not go around talking to people about work, about how you feel about your job, that work with you. You want to keep that for family. You don't even want to tell a lot of friends, because you'd be surprised how many people are waiting for you to trip, to stumble, and that just aren't wishing you success. So you want to make sure you don't blab around about that, even get a journal and write about it. But be careful about your communication this season because it could be used against you. So that's something that you want to watch out for. Other than that, Cap, just get your thoughts right. Make sure you're thinking positive things. Make sure that you are thinking about where you want to be and reminding yourself of your self-worth so that all of this responsibility that's getting put on you, maybe unfairly, doesn't bring you down, and you remember that you're worth that promotion. Even if you don't get it, there's another job out there that is that'll be more than happy to have you there, and that'll give you the promotion that you deserve, that'll give you the position that you deserve. There's another person out there that will value you and all of your hard work and will work just as hard for the relationship as what you're working for the relationship. And for those of you who are dating, watch out for people in your social circle, in your mutual social circle, that might want to talk about your relationship not doing well, that might want to talk about the things going on within your relationship. Be sure to keep, again, if I were you, I wouldn't talk about my relationship with anybody besides friends that don't know this person, maybe not even them, maybe just close family members that you talk to about your relationship that you can trust. I wouldn't tell sisters, I wouldn't tell siblings that might have a crush on this person that you're dating. You want to make sure that you really keep your relationship problems inside of the relationship as much as possible, and keep things private. If you do have to have a shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to cry on, or just someone to talk to give you advice, you want to make sure that it's a close family member that has no interest in breaking y'all up, that has no interest, an older aunt, an older person in your family, an older mentor who you trust, who's removed from that person, who does not know that person, that you can talk to without fear of that relationship being affected by it or it getting back to that person. Because I do see that there may be friends, mutual friends, that want to talk negatively about the relationship and stir up drama here. So, all right, Cap, that is your reading for the month of December. Make sure you like and subscribe and check back for more readings. And I will be posting it weekly, so make sure that you keep on checking back for my pick a card. I also do personal readings, and I have my number for that below, as well as my email. So thank you for watching the Queen's Tarot, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.